Alright, well, we're back for another fortnight, and here we go. Not playing the game Fortnite. We're not 12.
No, never doing that ever.
No, we have taste. Trevor might one day, but not me.
No.
How are you, Ed? Anyway.
Not too bad. Back working in the office, so normal life seems to be resuming. It would seem.
Yeah, that's the same for the both of us then, really.
Yeah. The journey in would suggest that most people are going to work as well. The roads are as busy as they were from before. Maybe this is all over. I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed more and more cars literally by the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Still not many people going into London. I wonder why.
Yeah, that's... Well... maybe they should have thought of that regarding Leicester as well, but who knows?
Yeah. Who knows, by the time this goes out in a couple of days' time, there may be another city, so we hope everyone in Coventry is fine.
Yeah, or Sheffield, or Bristol.
And all the representatives of York Centre are okay.
Exactly. And if you're not on that list and you happen to be caught up, sorry, we didn't jinx you, honest. It's nothing to do with us. We do not have that power.
Yeah. It would be weird now if that happened, and no one can blame us.
No, but we could say that we saw it coming.
Yes, and try and make some money out of it. No, oh dear. How's the channel been the last couple of weeks? How's your videos gone?
Yeah, a little bit quieter this week. I was tempted to do something for last Sunday, but just didn't get the time, so I didn't, rather than chuck something out. So yeah, I think this will probably be the only thing for this week. That's been done, but there's a few bits and pieces in the pipeline, a few bits and pieces that I've been noting down in my PlayStation book, my notepad. Nice. Yeah, my notepad. So a few ideas. Something that I did once, many moons ago. A kind of positive, negative list. 5 good things and 5 bad things about a thing. So I'm thinking of doing a few more of them, purely because the internet loves it when you do things about negativity, because, you know, that's the internet, but it's also nice to talk about nice things.
Yes.
So, yeah, the last time I thought I'd do... It was Final Fantasy related, the last one. It was sort of good things and bad things, or good games and bad games, or something within the franchise. Oh, right, yeah. So it'll be something along those lines of, here are 5 really nice things about this thing, and also here are 5 less than good things.
Yeah, those sort of top 5/10, whatever they count them as, sort of good and bad things about, you know, such and such. They seem to be quite popular at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them creep up lately.
Oh, right. Well, I'll jump on that there bandwagon.
Yay, bandwagons.
Yeah.
Let's get involved.
I did one about 2 years ago, and I think at the time I meant to do more and kind of just ended up doing other things. So might bring that sort of back as kind of being the only sort of list thing that I will likely do.
Yeah. Lists are a struggle, but immensely popular.
Yeah, they're always a pain to edit, because it's like you don't just want a picture of you talking at the camera for 10 minutes or whatever it is. You kind of need to either have moving images or some kind of footage or whatnot. And yeah, especially if it's gameplay related, you kind of need to then spend lots of time sorting out game capture and things, which can be a bit of a pain. Yeah,
I did that with my top 10 shinies. And made sure there were only ones from Sword and Shield. It's a long one. You know, after like capturing 30 separate little clips of just one tiny thing, you go to edit and you realise, I forgot this bit and that bit and this bit.
Yeah.
But we do it for you. You know, we do it for all you people listening.
It would seem as well, listening, it would seem as well, especially with list things, that most people don't actually watch those. They just listen to them with like headphones in, say at work or something. So you literally could just put a stock footage of, as you'd say, shinies. Maybe it was a group picture of here are lots of shinies all together with a big Pokemon logo in the middle. In theory, that could have been sufficient because most people probably didn't actually look at what you were animating, which is a bit of a pain.
I totally agree.
But
we
yourself,
love it.
sir?
That's what we're here for. It's been a quiet week for myself as well, really. I don't think I've put anything up.
No.
I've been working... My next videos... Oh, well, I've got a lot that I want to do.
Yeah.
I've still got In Real Life Part 2. I've filmed some of that, but then, literally rain stopped play on summer bits, and then it just got a bit, so that's still going, albeit slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a focus on Ditto in the pipeline.
Nice.
And how does it work? Can it transform into a Dynamax Pokemon, all that sort of stuff.
Been a while since there's been a focus on.
Yeah, exactly, so there'll be one of those. The one I've literally done the most work on so far is my beta, whatever you want to call it, Pokemon series. It's a 3-part series.
Oh, okay.
Sort of. I don't mind saying it. Just going into like I don't know what order the parts will be in, but it's like top 10 unused Pokemon, then top 10 beta versions of existing Pokemon, and then a top 10 baby Pokemon because Generation 2 had about 5 baby Pokemon. However, they'd actually made genuinely about 15 or 20, and they just cut most of them.
Oh, right, okay.
So
it's sort of those things that exist but didn't actually make it into games.
Yeah, like a pre-evolution for Grimer, would you believe it or not?
All right.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm looking into those. They're quite fun so far to research.
Yeah.
I found a ROM to play on the laptop where someone has made one, because there was the background info. There was a Space World demo of Generation 2 games shortly after Red and Blue and everything were sort of in the hysteria and everything. So they had this demo at a Space World convention in 1997, I think, or 8. And someone's some clever computer boffin has made a Generation 2 ROM, but with all of the beta Pokemon from that demo.
Oh, right.
Because that got released into the ether a couple of years ago. So he's actually made a game where you can play with all of the beta Pokemon, which is exactly what I'm doing right now.
Oh, right. That's pretty cool.
It's
actually a bit of hands-on research as well, rather than just kind of looking at news articles and
exactly.
kind of interviews from people. You're actually getting some hands-on experience with some of what could have been.
Some of them are really bloody good. They're like incredible. I'll go into reasons why, but some of them, there's basically no dark types in Generation 2 until really late in the game, but there was one in the beta version you can get right close to the start, and it's really good, and they just cut it completely. Anyway, yeah, sorry. I genuinely think the game version that he's created is much more balanced. Oh my God, do I prefer it? I don't know. Yeah, if I look into legalities of it and if I'm allowed to do a let's play of it, I might do that. But obviously, if it's unused Pokemon that are owned by someone else, I don't want to release something onto YouTube that I'm not allowed.
I mean, technically, none of the games that we ever play are ours, are they? It's not our license. They're not our intellectual property. It'd be very difficult for somebody to kind of come down hard on that. It's not sort of something that you're selling to anyone or creating yourself, so
very good point.
I wouldn't imagine they could do cease and desist on it, because it's your interpretation of what that game is, which will be different even if somebody else were to play it.
Yeah, it's going to be it is fun. But yeah, that's cool. Long story cut short, I haven't really done anything, but there is lots planned. It's also been Tasha's birthday and things like that, so yeah.
Real life getting in the way.
Yes, actual real life.
How inconvenient. Damn real life.
But oh well, yeah. So that's pretty much what's happening here. Not a lot.
Oh,
but,
there we go. So we've
yeah.
both got plenty planned, but not, as we've said before, not rushing through.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much spot on. We're taking it easy.
Yeah, it will be done when it's done.
In a global pandemic, when you've still got to work, there's too much to do, and we're taking it easy.
And we haven't had any time off for any of it, have we, really? Other than actual designated holiday. We haven't been on the sidelines because we've been able to work the whole time, and there's been need for us to work the whole time, so...
Yeah, exactly so. Oh, well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And, I think the way my week has gone, I think it says something when I'm sitting here with a beer. So that's just like, right, need to calm down.
You've got a beer, I've got a tea, but I've only got a tea because I've got no beer.
By proxy, you now have beer. Oh, well. Anyway, speaking of sort of bad days, bad weeks, I'm in a moany mood about something. If you want me to kick off, in more ways than one.
Go for it.
Yeah. Well, last time we spoke, I think I was telling you. I think we were in between a trailer for Sword and Shield and then a new one that was coming the week after.
Oh, yes, and you were speculating, could it be Let's Go Johto, or is it something to do with Gen 4, or is it going to be something really, really awesome? Or...
Yes. Or, I suppose you know what it is.
I do.
Or, is it going to be a game nobody asked for and nobody wants?
Yeah.
Firstly, I want to just say... At the end of a literal trailer and release video for DLC for the first time in your history of making games, of your first generation on a Switch, which is a TV one, and it's a main core game, a main core series game. Mm-hmm. During all of that, and then you tease at the end of the trailer, a big announcement next week, and then you get given what is essentially just... Pokemon version of like a mobile game, like one of the Clash of Clans.
Well, you say a mobile game. Some people in the actual playthrough were playing the game on their phones. Not everyone was playing it on a Switch. Some people were playing it on their phones. So it is a mobile game.
It will be available. Yeah, it will be available on the mobile phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm annoyed. I'm just annoyed. It could have been so much better. And considering the first trailer showed about 2 minutes of Pokemon Snap announcements.
Yep.
And then this, whatever it is, got like a 15-minute trailer of just for itself. I mean, I'm yet to really find someone that's really interested in getting it. I've read a few comments that are like, sounds interesting, might give it a go. But 90% of the comments were, why on earth did you tease us for this? And I'm just generally annoyed.
Well, see, that seems to be the quite a good way of looking at it. As, this looks like I might give it a go. How many people thought that when they first saw the bits and pieces for Sword and Shield, looked at it and went, exactly. I might give that a go.
Yeah, I might give it a go.
Or when Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was announced, they were like, I might give that a go. It was, oh my god, release it now, I want to play it now. And
exactly.
As you say with the Snap, they were like, yes, finally, Snap's back. Like, we've only been talking about this for nearly 20 years. Hurry up and release it. And the best you can get is, it looks alright. Yeah.
I mean, when Snap comes out, my channel will have a Let's Play of that. That's 100% guaranteed. It's probably going to have a Let's Play of the original, getting ready for the next one.
If you don't do a Let's Play of the original on N64, like the week before or something.
Yeah.
Or weeks before.
Yeah, definitely. I might get onto that this weekend. That'd be something to do.
You could even stock them up and record them all and then release them like, I don't know, the week of every day or something.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. And it's a great... You can complete that game in one day as well if you really sit down for a few hours.
Yeah, so you could easily kind of stock up, I don't know, like half-hour videos or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm...
Yes, anyway, we digress. Yeah, I'm only going to be sort of talking briefly for today, but I just wanted to get some frustration out. I haven't really said anything on like social media or anything because I wasn't that bothered about it. But this is a good platform to go. It looks a bit naff.
Yeah, it kind of, watching it, it didn't really make sense.
No.
It was a kind of, okay, so you're meant to score points in your opposition's goal, but for some reason you were battling wild Pokemon as well?
Yeah, they came out, which levels you up.
Yeah, so do you start every single fight at level 1?
Yeah, that's what I mean, you must do, which is annoying.
Yeah, because at some point somebody started with a Charmander and ended up with a Charizard. So if you can level all the way up to a Charizard within one match, surely you then can't be a Charizard for the next one. Because otherwise, by the time you are playing it for a couple of hours, if you can stand to, you'll be on like level 500.
Exactly, yeah, that'd just be insane. and even while they were showing gameplay, one thing that just really sort of, you're watching gameplay of a game you're not that interested. I watched the whole trailer because I thought, well, I'm gonna be fair to it. I will watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But even when you're not invested, and then you're watching the gameplay and you hear like the narrator line say, "Pokemon types do not count in this game," and you think, oh, what's the point of that then? What? It's like Pokemon types don't matter, everything's neutral. I'm like, well, what's the point of having a type at all?
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, Ivysaur, it's only a Charizard.
Yeah.
Right, surely that's insta-death. No, not in this game.
And considering, in lore, if Charmander's tail goes out, it dies. In lore, in anime and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't worry about this massive Blastoise with cannons that could kill you. Types don't matter. You're fine. Fire breathe, flamethrower it in the face. It's fine. I don't really understand. I can't remember if it was free to play and then it will have money, or if you got to pay for it.
No,
I think
it had free to play written all over it. I think.
Oh really? Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
And then it will be, you can buy special items to make your team stronger.
It'll go down to what we were saying 2 weeks ago, won't it?
Yeah.
Or 4 weeks at some point.
Ago. Yeah. May I also posit a theory as to also maybe why you're a little bit annoyed about this? Is it because as well they've just announced Pokemon Cafe, which also looks like a game that no one wants to play?
Yeah, another game no one asked for. It's like, just stop wasting your time on these.
Yeah, I know they're handing them out to other developers, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I also know Pokemon has a large child audience. I know that. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Which is why their core series games aren't aimed at children. They're aimed so that children can play them and still do it, but there's stuff in there that the more mature gamer knows, breeding for IVs and stats and all that. We can still do that, us adults. Yeah, good. But these games, I don't know, they're just... I know it's a children-based franchise, but come on.
I don't know if it is anymore out there, though. It's
exactly
massive in obviously in Japan, where it's from, and people have grown up...
Yeah.
Like, it might have been for children when it was first done, but because they, as you say, have grown up with it, it probably is... They're trying to cater more to those people that were children when it was first out, rather than children now.
Yes.
Because they see it as this old franchise that's always existed.
Yeah. I mean, I sit here and moan. I probably will download that CAF game at some point and give it a go. Just, maybe even do a video on that. I don't know.
Is
just
that
to
free
see
as
what...
well, then?
What's that, sorry?
Is that going to be free as well, the cafe?
I believe so, yeah. But it looks like it's handheld, so I might not be able to game capture it. We'll see. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I'm just... It sort of looks like Pokemon Quest, but with better graphics, mixed with a bit of Clash of Clans, with a slightly different game mechanic. And I liked Pokemon Quest. But that's because of... I think that was mainly because of the graphics it had. It was very cute. I liked it. It was nice. The cube type, you know.
That was... Yeah, it was quite an interesting idea, wasn't it? And an interesting style. Was.
Yeah, and then this one... It looks like you can choose who you want to be on this one as well. So there's no point of... I don't know. You just get a select 8 you can be at any point. There's no... I don't know. I suppose they'll try and make more available, but yeah.
Or they'll sell the other ones.
Yeah, maybe, yes. I think that's more likely.
That's probably what it'll be. Is you can play as these 8, but if you want these 50, you've got to pay £2 each 50, or something.
Yeah. And it looked like mainly Generation 1 from what I could see, and I just, I know there's Gen 1ers out there, and I don't mind it, but that's 150 out of 893 to something.
It's like they're trying to, again... play to those lapsed fans who were fans of it when it first came out when they were children, who up until very recently were like me, didn't know anything beyond like red and green.
Red, blue, red, green, blue, yellow, depending on your country.
Yeah. So
yeah,
and that in itself is like, we don't really care about our fan base. We just care about... Well, it just screamed cash grab.
Yeah, it did a bit. It's just those fans that grew out of it from that beginning are the sort of one set of fans that are like, this looks naff. But oh well. That was pretty much all I had today. I just wanted to vent a bit about it. The game may be good, but I just don't like the way that it was... Yeah, it was. I'm going to say average game, terrible delivery.
Yeah, I think the problem was they built it up so much. They just mentioned the CAF thing, so you're like, okay, so there's your kind of free kind of novelty game.
Yeah.
Fine. Oh, you've just mentioned about Pokemon Snap coming back. Okay, that's a really popular game, but again, it's not a mainline game. It's kind of a side game, but a popular one.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean? This is probably going to be... Obviously, it's not going to be a brand new game because you're still in the middle of DLC for this one. So, should probably be a remake of something. You wouldn't... Like, logic would dictate... You've got a game that's ready built that you can just basically use the art style of either Sword Shield or Let's Go.
Yeah. And
they just go completely wrong direction and go, here's another weird free thing.
Yeah, it's weird. If this game was announced, just randomly in a trailer, then it probably would have got a hell of a lot better, like a better reception. But
yeah, they completely set it up to fail. Because of all the hype around it and the other bits and pieces that they'd already advertised. Yes,
exactly, yeah. It's their own fault. We'll see, though. Maybe they'll... Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, no, that's it. That's it from me on that front. I'll stop the moaning then. Okay. Stop it there. And hopefully we'll go into something positive with what you're bringing to the podcast today.
Well, it's a bit of fun, really. I thought...
good.
Part of me was thinking quiz, because it's been a while.
Yeah, actually it has.
Then I thought, well, rather than just have, here is a question, this is the answer, because I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get a bit all quizzed out with this whole social distancing thing. It seems to be the only thing that people can think to do via Zoom
Everyone
or whatever.
Does a quiz
it's like,
now.
oh, it's a quiz. Like,
yeah.
So I've come up with 5 questions that don't have definitive answers. But just want they're kind of opinion answers, if that makes sense. And hopefully they will kind of open up for a little bit of discussion and reasoning as to why and things like that, really.
Lovely. I am all ears.
Cool. Apart from the part of you that is not ears.
Yeah, apart from the rest of my body. But my ears are all ears.
All 3 of your ears are ears.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what?
Final Frontier, surely.
Yes. Yeah.
That joke from 1990, whatever. So yeah, staying on the Pokemon side of things, and you're much more of an authority on this. But in terms of typing, not
yeah.
typing on a keyboard, but actual types. You know, those things that don't matter in that game you were just talking about.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Could you be so kind as to rattle off all of them?
All of them. Jeez. Okay.
Or at least just to give the listeners at home an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah. No, I can. I'm going to try and say all 18 now. I'm counting on my
there
fingers.
as many as that. Jesus.
18. Yeah.
18.
You got grass, fire, water, electric, ground, rock, poison, bug, steel, dark, normal, flying, psychic, ghost. That's for fairy. Come on, there's more than that. Huh? Have I said electric? I don't think I have.
Said that.
Oh, I did. Oh, damn it.
Have you said steel?
Ice.
Ice.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Ice.
Dragon?
Dragon. I haven't said dragon. Ice, dragon, and then there's one more. Oh, man.
I'm taking it legendary isn't a typing.
Sadly not.
No.
Right. I'm going through the gyms now. Fighting. I didn't say fighting.
Oh, there we go. Fighting. Yes.
There you go. 18.
Right.
They're the types.
They are all of your types, and obviously some are strong against some are weak against some.
Yeah.
Some are not bothered.
Yeah.
Etc. So my first question to you is, and well, actually, kind of an aside to that. How long have those 18 been that 18? Have they been pretty much 18 since like Gen 3 or 4 or something?
Oh, it's been 17 since Gen 2, and then Gen 6 added the fairy type.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So it's been mainly
all
that
of them for a long old time. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, this might be quite tricky then, or it might be something that you've been thinking about for many, many years that hasn't been, and you're thinking, why hasn't this been done yet? But could you possibly posit a different typing that hasn't been used, and maybe think about what it could be strong or weak against, or potentially a type of Pokemon that might be that thing?
Yeah. Okay then. Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people wanted the light type introduced. Okay. However, we then got the fairy type, which sort of leveled out as that.
Oh, was a kind of opposite to dark.
Yeah. Right. And ever since then, now that light type is sort of done, I think the most popular one other people have wanted is the cosmic type or the space type or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
However, and I have a favourite that's a controversial opinion.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he says whilst getting cramp in his leg. Oh, God, sorry. Youch, youch. I've always wanted a wood type. Exactly.
Okay.
Because everyone's immediate reaction is, but there's a grass type. That's just what it is. And my counter argument to that is always, yeah, but you've got water and ice type. So what's the...
Yeah, very true. Yeah. I always forget that ice is a type because I just think water, but yeah.
Exactly. So it would either be wood, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to go for gas type. Or, gas type.
Okay.
Because we haven't really got, like an air or gas type. I don't quite know gas type sounds a bit naff. Yeah. But, yeah. It needs a better name.
I guess
vapor.
Air kind of works in that because it is very much your kind of earth, wind and fire and kind of...
Because I think flying type, it shouldn't really include air type things. It shouldn't... I think from the beginning, flying type should have been the bird type. Because you've got bird and bug, and then there should have been an air type. There you go. Air. I'm going with air.
For things like gust and whirlwind, and because they're not really flying, mate, because they're just using their wings to create an air-based attack. It makes sense, because in things like Final Fantasy, which has got similar sorts of typing, you've got what they call aero, which is wind-based elemental damage.
Yeah, that would be good.
So, like fire... and water and ice-based elements, there is a wind element.
Yeah, exactly. So it would either be wind type would be good, wind or air type. Either of those I think would be great.
What? So would you then make a lot of birds kind of? Would you not have them as normal then? You would have them as kind of maybe flying and potentially wind based, depending on what their attacks
depending
were?
on what they are. I reckon like the Pidgey line can probably stay normal flying.
Yeah.
But then there's something, then others, I don't know. It's quite a difficult one, that. I'm trying to think of any other examples, really, that could go to wind or air instead of flying.
But then I suppose you could just make a load up, couldn't you, on your next...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, air type, I think, would be a good one. Yeah, I'd go air or wind type, yeah.
Fair enough.
In terms for matchups, I suppose definitely it's super effective against fire.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think that has to happen. Probably would not even be not very effective against rock. I reckon rock would be completely immune to air type.
Yeah.
Because
I
reckon,
would
and
think
then rock, yeah.
Ground probably resistant to it.
Yeah. Ground resistant. And the other way round. Actually, yeah. Because, I think they would resist each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because flying is immune to ground at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think air and ground do interact, at least. Yeah?
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. It would be weak to electric as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's electricity can cut right through. It'd be, I'm trying to think of others. Well,
I would say it potentially could be weak to... Well, I'm not sure whether it would be weak or strong against potentially Ghost.
Yeah. I reckon weak to Ghost, because Ghost can just fly through the air however they like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weak to Ghost.
They're quite air-based anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weak to Ghost and weak to Ghost and electric, super effective against fire, and probably something else.
Yeah.
Like
Grass,
water.
maybe?
Oh, there you go. Super. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, not a bad one. So I reckon super effective against fire and water, because you could blow away water quite easily.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's why I was thinking grass as well. But yeah.
Yeah, I took ages to answer that question, and there's 5. Sorry, I got into that.
So, keeping on the Pokemon thing, the theme, but moving away from types, obviously every kind of game is set in a different place, and those regions are sort of loosely-ish based on parts of the world, sort of.
Yes.
No, obviously you had the UK in the last one, and there's been, I presume Kanto was like Japan, wasn't it? Sort of.
Yeah, the first 4 generations were sort of Japan, Korea area. And then South Korea, I believe. And then, then it went in order New York, France, Hawaii, UK.
Right, okie dokie.
England, Scotland, whatever you want to call it, yeah.
That one. Well, where would you see the next one being a good kind of area, say? Like a sort of, that hasn't been done. Because
obviously my thorough region with Minecraft, I've already chose Great Britain. That's gone now.
Well, I say they beat you to it. You kind of beat them to it, but they obviously have a massive team working, doing it quicker.
Yes. Yeah, they did. I've always liked the idea of a region based in Africa. I feel like that could have some sort of potential with it.
As in just generic Africa, or like South Africa, or like Morocco, or Kenya or something, or just like this is sort of an Africa.
Yeah, well, it would be Egypt itself. Obviously, has probably got a lot of history to it.
True. Yeah. Something
I've always liked.
Go on, sorry. Carry on.
I was going to say, I've always liked the idea of a core series game, but set like, I don't know, a few 100 years or 1,000 years, whatever, in the past, before like Pokeballs were a thing and
Okay.
Mechanical objects and buildings. So so the Pokemon still exist.
So kind of lean into the idea of the mythology element,
exactly.
which is probably the best kind of area there in terms of just a global sort of recognition and understanding to a basic level, at least, I would have thought.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Interesting concept.
Yeah. But I reckon, because I don't know much about it, I reckon Australia is probably the best one. Because of the animals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would work.
Because, there is a koala Pokemon, just the one, and it's sort of like a gimmicky one. And you got Kangaskhan's the only kangaroo, but it's not really a kangaroo.
No, so you could...
And there's no wallabies, there's no wombats.
You
get so many lizards and snakes there.
Yeah, I was going to say sort of snake. Outside of Ekans and Arbok, are there lots of other snakes in other generations, or...?
Not really. There's one in Generation 3. Just one.
So you could...
That's about it.
Play a couple of them, maybe like a giant one. Almost like Onyx size or something, but as an actual snake.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
Yeah, and then spiders, I guess, as well. Just to go down the sort of obvious route.
Indeed, yeah. You could sort of have the outback as a wild area as well.
That's an idea. Or one of the wild areas. You could then have kind of...
Oh, yeah, one of.
You could have one like that and maybe one... Because not so much a wild area, but you've got kind of, obviously, places like Sydney and Melbourne being a completely different kind of environment.
Of
so you've got the kind of the metropolis built up area, like, obviously, the last London, shall we call it.
Yeah.
That could work
you've got the mix of sort of urban versus...
Very nice.
Yeah, I'd go Australia for my official answer.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Fair enough. and that's that.
Yep.
I'll go with that, and that I'm sticking with it.
Yep, I'm sticking with that one.
So moving away from the Pokemon side of things, but still staying within the gaming element, a game, ideally a fairly oldish game, that you feel should be remade that hasn't been.
Okay.
Maybe an old favourite from childhood, or just a similar game has been remade, and why hasn't this one been? Because it's better, or...
Well, it would have been Pokemon Snap until a couple of weeks ago. But, as most people would know if they watch my channel regularly, I'm very much a casual gamer. Very much in that camp. And I've seen Crash Bandicoot get a remaster. Spyro's got a remaster. Ratchet and Clank are getting their own new game, which looks really good actually from the trailer.
So Crash now. Crash
it is Crash 4, isn't it? Yeah. But with all that in mind, I think Jak and Daxter needs to be remastered, the first one. Because I love that game.
You are not alone in thinking that. There have been many murmurings of that, probably even since the first murmurings of the Crash remake were made on the internet.
Yeah, it's like I'm fully aware it's got a large fan base, large enough to keep that going. But I think it is just as good. This is a bold claim, but I think it is just as good as Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really, really good game.
Well, I will have to take your word for that because I've never played any of them, to my shame.
Well, it's a good game for completionists.
Yeah. Was that PlayStation 1 or was that PlayStation 2
that was 2.
They were PlayStation 2 games, okay. Maybe that's why. I was kind of going away from platformers by the time I got to turn of the millennium.
Yeah, maybe so.
That might be why I kind of ignored them.
Yeah.
Because am I right in saying the first 3 games are kind of a trilogy of the same kind of story and idea or something?
I believe so, yeah. I've only ever played 1 and 2. Never played 3. But I do have it though, so maybe I'll do that in my spare time. Yeah, but they are, especially that very first one. I mean, if they want to remaster all three, then brilliant, lovely. Yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, even if they just remastered the first one, I would consider that a success. I'd think, yeah, I am all for that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
Yeah, go for it.
Right, question 4, and this one's going to be a bit, well, I'm going to say harder because they're not like yes or no questions as such, are they? But it's slightly more involved, shall we say, or a bit more kind of left field. Obviously, there have been many kind of different kind of source material, is that the right word, for games? Sometimes it's just as simple as a film or a TV thing. Sometimes it's another game, like for example Sonic kind of came out because of Mario, because people speed running Mario games, and Sega kind of took that and kind of literally ran with it. For want of a better phrase.
Literally.
Literally ran with it. So my
sometimes
kind of
it's a book like Dead Island.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of my fourth thing really, is any kind of thing that you can think of that would make a good game. I realise that's kind of
any source media.
Yeah, whether there's a film or a TV show or a book or just kind of a concept for something that you're aware of.
See, my mind immediately sort of goes to like anything fantasy. But a lot of that has been done. Like there is a Lord of the Rings game, you know.
Yeah.
There, you know, there's also, you know, there's Lotro as well, you know. So that's sort of happening. And then a lot of fantasy things are based off of books, like games or film. Like you got a book, film, game. They're all. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, even outside of that, then you've got things like Elder Scrolls and stuff, haven't you? And Witcher, which is kind of fantasy based. Especially kind of medieval fantasy-esque.
Yeah. Right, think outside of... Oh, I got an idea. I think... what about Castaway?
As in the Tom Hanks film?
Yeah, it's in the Tom Hanks film.
Okay.
As a game.
What, as in
the whole premise of the game is to...
cast onto an island, are you?
Yeah. I mean, it probably wouldn't be exactly. I mean, I reckon the end point of the game would be escaping the island, but then the whole game could be literally trying to survive the island, and there could be threats on it. I know that's not really what happens in Castaway.
No, but obviously you've got to kind of flesh it out.
Yeah.
So you could almost have
there
like...
could be something in that.
So you've almost got kind of the exploration side of potentially something like Tomb Raider, or the newer Tomb Raiders anyway, or Uncharted.
Yeah, the newer ones.
You've got, base building maybe? And that kind of strategy element?
Yeah, I'd say so. Survival element of, There could be something in that, maybe.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, with the end goal of actually escape, so you'd need to kind of get to the point where you could be proficient enough to actually build something that would get you off of the island.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that would. Yeah, I'd go with that. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, especially I guess if you weave in enough narrative as to why you were there in the first place. Were you stranded there? Were you shipwrecked there, or plane crashed there? Was there any kind of sinister element in that?
I suppose following on from that, Lost as well. Lost style. Lost meets Castaway in a game.
Oh, I don't know anything about Lost apart from it was all a dream or something,
neither do
wasn't
it? Yeah, something like that. No, I've never seen it, not going to lie.
But that whole kind of left somewhere...
Yeah. Left on an island somewhere, but on your own, there would be literally no one else there.
Apart from threats.
Yeah, apart from actual wildlife that could probably eat your face.
Yeah, that could work quite well. So you wouldn't, necessarily have enemies as such, where you could just kind of loot normal human equipment. Like, if you sneak up on that guy, you could kill him and steal his gun, kind of thing. That's therefore giving you a massive advantage. It's just you and wildlife.
Yeah, because I suppose if actual people live there, then it means the island is livable and has evolved to be sustainable.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the game would be to land somewhere where you have to learn and make it sustainable. Yes, yeah, no, I'd go with that's what I'd go with. Influenced by Castaway, but not Castaway the game.
No, but you kind of almost use that as a starting point.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going for. And you can have a ball called Wilson.
In fact, that's one of the hidden trophies.
Yes, yeah, there you go. That's it. We got it.
And the hidden trophy is specifically you have to name the ball Wilson. If you name it anything else, you don't get the trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
No, no, I'd go with that one.
Okie dokie. Right, I'm gonna go completely out of your comfort zone now.
Oh God, yeah.
I haven't mentioned the wrestles for a while on here, purely because without kind of crowds and stuff, it's not really weird times at the minute.
Yeah, Tasha and I have, sort of scrolled channel hopping through and seen it without crowd, and it's actually just quite hilarious.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Now they're getting kind of like trainees and stuff in the crowd to kind of pretend to be an audience, and it's almost worse.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's like watching football with the fake crowd noises. It's just weird.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit strange, and then beyond that, there's been lots of reports of people not being particularly wholesome to other people, trainees and stuff, and taking advantage of them. I won't go into that now, but it's another reason to kind of move away from it for a little bit. But to kind of just go back to it very quickly for your fifth and final question, obviously this year the big Scottish man won the who can throw more people out of the ring than anybody else and be the last person left in Rumble.
Yes.
So who's going to win it next year?
Yes. Right.
Good luck.
Okay. The Rock. No. I think my wrestling knowledge is very limited. I know someone called Brock Lesnar.
Yes. He is a
and
man.
I know someone. Is there a man and woman one, like competition?
There is
or
a male and a female one, but I figured that your limited knowledge of the men's roster would probably mean that you have virtually zero knowledge of the women's roster. So,
I know of Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
Is that because she sometimes does Pokemon streams? That's how I know her.
Oh, does she? Oh, okay.
Yeah. She did one once where she had a stinking cold and she was just streaming Sword and Shield from her bed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I know her. She'll win. I know her.
Neither of them are on the active roster at the moment because they're big UFC stars that don't have to turn up when they don't want to. But it is the kind of beginning of the run-up to their kind of biggest season, and everyone's always there at WrestleMania, especially old Brock the Tomato Lesnar. So, in fairness, they could be very good picks. I could see both of them at this moment in time. They could both very easily win those two matches.
Okay then. Well, that's what I'm going with.
Fair enough.
Because they're the two I know.
Fair enough. Brock has.
I don't really know many other females.
Brock has won it before when he was much younger and he was kind of more active. But many people have won it multiple times, so that's not beyond the realms of anything either. And Ronda actually turned up at the Royal Rumble 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That was kind of where she announced herself, so they have history with it. So, fair enough. I like your thinking there, sir.
Yeah, well, I don't really know many others, so I'm just going to stay with those.
The ones that are probably more famous outside of it for doing actual fighting.
Yes, actual genuine.
Yeah, actual genuine beating people up, real stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, that is kind of all from me. It was just a bit of a weird kind of trip away from a quiz, but still kind of getting you to work the grey matter.
Yeah. There have been lots of quizzes in lockdown. I think we're all going to come through this with useless knowledge that we'll never need to know again.
Well, unless we all go on Mastermind.
Oh yeah, good point.
Specialist subject, Zoom quizzes whilst in COVID-19 lockdown.
Yes. Questions I answered during lockdown.
Yeah.
I think,
I'd just go on there.
My actual specialist subject would probably be Red Dwarf.
To be honest, I think mine would just be me.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Stuff I've done.
Stuff I know.
Yeah, that's my specialist subject. What stuff do you know? Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'll write the questions for you so that you know what I know, and then you can ask me them.
Yep, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
No, it's got to be within the rules.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Maybe I'll do a quiz for next time and I won't make it about stuff you know.
Stuff you don't know.
Stuff you may know. Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm sure I'll be back with a real quiz at some point, but not for a while.
Indeed. All right, well, it's been a pleasure again, sir.
As always, sir.
Yeah, thank you all for listening and watching the still photos. if you do watch,
I'm sure they're riveting. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Until the next time, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye.
We'll speak to you again in a couple of weeks.
Yep. See you later.
Yes. Goodbye, all.